And then I said, listen, I realized that it's my friend's birthday, but that still seems kind of expensive. So
Well, nothing's too expensive for a friend on his birthday.
well, I mean, within reason.
Well,
okay, fair enough. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Flannel Panel. We got a fun day today. There's nothing planned, and it's going to be mild chaos, mainly because we have Andrew West in the house. Andrew, welcome.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Oh,
there it is. Elephant in the room.
yes.
That's the reason to get rowdy. Happy birthday,
you didn't
old man.
notice. All right. Well, what are we cheersing with for my birthday?
I got Alberta Premium. I'm a Canadian adjacent.
Canadian
Alberta
adjacent
Premium
is the name. I had to go super Canadian adjacent. The only thing I have from Canada is the Little Book 2 that has the 40-year-old Canadian corn whiskey in it. So, and the T-shirt, so it counts.
I love it.
Yeah.
For the record, this is the only Canadian holiday I celebrate.
What about
Well,
Andrew's
two.
birthday? Yeah.
There, I forgot the flannel.
I immediately stand corrected.
Yeah, you got to get that flannel on, or Conway's gonna be mad.
He's gonna give me shit.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, James. My computer works. There we go.
You know, have no idea how long it took me to get the duct tape gunk off of this flag after Whiskey Weekend Batch 4. That's why I haven't worn up to this point, because it would stick to everything. I'd have like a lint slash right through here.
What?
Yeah,
what
That was batch 3, I think.
I was
that's
like, what
right.
did you have on there at batch 3?
Yeah, I had because Ian couldn't make it. What was it? Free Ian or
Yeah, 3.
I think it was Free Ian. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, Andrew and
I
I
was
couldn't get
protesting
across
Ian
the
not being
border.
Ian and Andrew not being able to make it. So
Yeah.
I had my own single protest.
So this was your Canadian quarantine protest T-shirt?
Yes.
Gotcha.
It's worth some money, actually. up
Yeah,
here.
it's the A team.
Hey,
I gotta throw out some props to Eric Greenway, who's been on the Flannel Panel a few times, and in that football thread, the birthday.
yeah, the birthday.
Yeah, that was well played. Birthday. If you want to spell it, it was well done. I like that.
Yeah. So, how many feathers were involved with the super soft birthday party? Is it like Charmin soft? Are we talking like pillow soft? Like how soft?
What do you? Huh?
There will be a super soft birthday
Super soft
party.
birthday party. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a rain check next time I see you.
Unicorn.
There'll be a unicorn involved.
I'm down. I seem to not care anymore. Is that what happens as you get older?
Yes.
Yeah, you just stop caring.
100%.
Life goes on.
Yeah. Pretty
I've still
soon,
got it.
you'll be that old dude in sweatpants who farts in Walmart, and you just won't care.
I mean, well, in Canada, we've had to have masks on for a long time. So it didn't matter what you did anywhere.
Yeah, free
Like,
for all.
yeah, my wife is a nurse, and she still has to wear the mask on. She's afraid to take it off because of the sayings under her breath that she's been able to do for the past couple of years.
So she hasn't had to fix her face in 2 years.
Not only that, but just like the under the breath comments, she can
that's
actually
what I mean.
say them.
Yeah, because I will kind of. My wife will tell me to fix my face if I'm making.
Exactly.
Edwin's looks at me, hey, fix your face. I'm like, oh, sorry.
100%.
Hey, Michelle.
Thanks, Michelle. It's good to see you. Yeah, it was. It's so Walmart has, and it's Walmart. Do you really care anyway?
Mm-mm.
No.
No, fire away.
Well, depends what you had for lunch, I guess. But yes. Well,
how old, Ian?
38, I believe.
I believe. Is there like a different metric system?
No, it's
Is it like 17 centiyears or something?
I've been teaching math lately, and I'm just questioning myself a lot. But it's 38. Yes. Yeah.
I almost said centianums, but that didn't really.
Listen, Conway. Dallas isn't a long drive, man. kicking. We'd be kicking our own asses.
That'd probably be a good time.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
So Andrew, so Andrew's my Canadian friend, yet we live further than all of you
Our
put
Canadian
together,
friend.
pretty much. Yeah, well, I mean the Canadian contingency.
Yeah.
You guys are actually
what we
probably
are?
closer to Ian than I am.
Yeah.
I think the three of them combined might be less traveling than you and I.
Yeah, but I'm saying even all of them to you is
Yep.
closer than me to you.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we could drive we could probably do the loop between the three of you before I finally made it to Andrew.
Yeah.
So like Corey could go to Ty. I don't know. I'm tired. Get to Jason and make it back to Corey before I'd get in Andrew's place.
I think Jason's trying to turn this into some kind of weird human centipede joke thing, so I just don't think this is appropriate. But
Gotcha.
That's whatever. That's the only way to survive me. Just just drive through.
so how far, like, where are you, Andrew? I mean, obviously you're in your house in front of a fine collection of curated booths, but like whereabouts in Canada are you?
If you travel approximately 800 miles north from Melissa and Joe, that's where I am. And that's still only like halfway driving to Alaska because the road kind of, they don't go straight.
Right.
There's mountains in the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So West Coast Canada.
Yeah.
Ish, sure, yes. It's still like to the closest port for me driving is 12 hours away.
Oh, so not West
Or
Coast.
maybe
Which is
10
what?
hours. Prince Rupert.
Okay. Well, that's because you have to go north.
No, south and west.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're way up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You live in like
If I head straight west, I'll hit Alaska because the Alaska and
Gotcha.
Panhandle, I think, right, comes down onto our coast.
so you live in like the Montana of Alaska. Yeah, it's way up in
Montana
the part. It's like it's in the middle of nowhere. Everything is far away from it.
So you're saying
Yeah.
you could get confused and walk to Asia? Is what you're trying to say.
In the wintertime, probably, yes. For sure.
When
Or
that
in
strait
my
closes
house.
up. Yeah.
One time I got super drunk.
Oh, well played. Or in his house. Yes. Walk to. Did you catch that one, Jason?
Oh, I was too busy laughing at myself. I'm sorry.
He can walk to Asia.
She's in my house.
Oh,
His wife's name.
I'm not touching that with a jump clap. I'm scared of her. She's amazing.
He just did.
Scary.
Oh, Ty's back.
I am. Yeah.
Closed down the Magic season.
We did. Yes. Wrapped up with Telluride Film Festival weekend. So all the famous people were in town.
Nice.
I didn't see any of them, but they were there supposedly. And yeah, fall is here. So countdown to go see Conway is like, I think a month out. No, more than that. 6 weeks.
Nice.
So yeah.
That's
And-
a sexy hat, by the way.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Thank
say
you.
fancy new hat.
That's pretty sweet.
That's branding appropriate.
I love it.
So yeah.
Well, was it a good end? Go out with a bang?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it always tapers off once school starts. But my favorite part is it goes from like 40% kids to like 2% kids, and it's fantastic. Like the crowds are so much more fun then. So I love that part of it. Even if the numbers are down a little, it makes the crowds more fun. So
You don't have to like run the internal sensors before you make a joke, or if somebody kind of helpfully leads themselves down what you know is going to be a hilarious path, you don't have to like, let's not do that. Let's
yeah. I think it was the next to last show. Like normally I'm pretty good at identifying like people that probably should not be on stage because they've over consumed or something. But this dude walked in, said hi, talked, like I was like, oh, he's gonna be good. And so at one point, pick him to come up on stage, and he gets up on stage, and I went, not good. not good. Like, we're in trouble. And so he's like running his mouth, and everyone in the audience can tell he's had too much to drink, and it's all adults. So at one point, I'm like spreading out the cards to like hand him the cards. And he's like, hey, make it bigger. I was like, oh, you've heard that before, huh? And he's like, all right, I'll just take my card now. Like, thank you, sir. We're going to go on with the show now. So, but yeah, those opportunities are fun to not have to be as PG at times.
So you'll close that down and then go back for ski season, right? In the wintertime?
Correct. Yeah, we go back Thanksgiving weekend. We do one show Thanksgiving weekend because that's opening weekend for the resort. Take a couple weekends off to do a bunch of corporate events all over the place. And then mid-December, back up and running.
Awesome.
Yeah. So whenever y'all want to come to Telluride, come on.
Yeah. We need to make that happen.
Absolutely.
Flannel panel takeover.
Yeah, if we all go flannel and fur coats and sunglasses during the Telluride Film Festival, people will think that we're some people important. You won't know who. They'll be like, those people have to be famous. I'm not sure who they are, but they have to be famous people.
Why is Kid Rock here? That's
Exactly.
what they're thinking. Yes, yeah.
There was a dude that showed up Friday or Saturday night. I mean, he was living his like 70s dream. He walks in, short gray hair, kind of gray goatee, beard, wearing a fur vest and no shirt with like tight teal pants and loafers on, and just owning every bit of it.
So you must be from Gas Monkey Garage then.
Sure. Yeah, it was something else. And apparently just before he came into the show, some guy walked up to him in the bar and was like, dude, I wish I could pull that look off. And the guy looks at him and he's like, take your shirt off right now. Take it off. And so the dude took off his shirt, handed him his vest, put it on. He's like, you can pull anything off. I'm like yelling and screaming in the bar. And the bartenders were like, Ty's going to love this. It's going to be fantastic. So.
Speaking of taking shirts off, I don't think it's going to happen today. But thank you. It's warm here, but I'll save the world that tragedy.
We just got started, Will. We're still trying to get there.
But Will, we're
wheezy first.
We're pouring some Alberta Premium with Andrew West, so you should join in.
Listen, you want to get wheezy? The Alberta Premium will do it because it drinks. I think under how hot it is, and then next thing you know, you're like, ooh, I seem to have overserved myself just a little bit.
Well, we have a special guest.
Oh,
the Grease made it. Welcome. I think Andrew must be the draw.
I was like, that does make the take your shirt off comment make so much more sense right there.
In retrospect, we should have known.
This is hilarious.
Oh, it is happening.
Happy birthday, Hey guys.
Dave.
Hey, we even matched. I didn't even plan.
Oh, you guys are twinsing.
I told Corey I was coming.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. We were good for that.
Just hug up and share an earbud. We got you.
Hey, friends.
Yeah.
There we go.
You got a brother.
You got no pants on, which made this real awkward.
Yeah.
He hangs out with us. That's
you get a glass.
They're over. Okay. Well, that's a lot of Alberta Premium.
We may get Ian without his shirt on yet, so stay tuned.
Yeah, well,
you're tuning in live. Share it with your friends.
perfect.
Canada Uncensored.
Look at that. We do match.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's a nice lot 42. Last time we were there, you had no shirt on.
That's true.
Yes.
Alcohol makes my clothes come off.
Yeah,
That's
look
a
at
weird
this.
statement to say, but it
Canada
is what it is.
Uh,
Does everybody know it's your birthday? Have you talked about it being your birthday?
I think that
Yeah, it kind of gives
that
it
kinda did it.
There
away
were
a little bit.
hints.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I'd surprise you.
Well, it's
and
fun.
We're
Amazing.
cracking this
Oh,
because I told you when you got your full time, we're cracking this, and it's your birthday, so it's
It's
happening.
been the
There
it's
we
been
go.
the
Got a
month.
Weller
You deserve it.
12, which Ian gifted to me when we worked on his bathroom.
yeah.
And I said, we're waiting for a special occasion and we're opening this together. So now I am dedicating this bottle as like our bond bottle, where when something
Jason's
special
gonna jump clap on that one.
when something special happens in each other's lives, we're going to share this bottle
All right.
together. I
Make
was
sure you
telling my
sign it.
wife this idea and she thought I was crazy and she's like, what the hell are you talking
Ooh,
about?
Fresh crack.
Yeah,
Guys are-
Well, right there,
So
buddy.
what is what it is.
You have a Sharpie, Ian?
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll have to sign it.
Yeah,
Oh,
And
good
then
idea. Yes.
All of you guys have to come up here and sign the bottle as well.
Done.
We do.
there you go.
Uh-huh.
Do we
I
need
have.
to,
I,
do we need to
For
switch to a
special
Weller
man.
product for a minute? Is that what we need to do?
Yeah, that's quite a hefty pour, by the way.
oh,
It's your birthday.
that is true.
I was listening
Like
in on my way over as well. I thought it would have been better if I had planned it with Ty to have me like magically appear.
That would have been
And
funny.
if I was like hiding underneath your stairs
that
or
would
something.
scare the crap out of me.
Well, cheers and happy birthday to Ian.
Cheers. Cheers to everyone.
There you go.
This is fun.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I just had a funny.
Oh
idea
yeah.
Corey's got the OWA.
of Ty syncing up with a card trick, and you just stick your hand out. Is this your card?
Yeah. That's tasty. That's only 45%, so I can give you a lot more pour of that.
Well, we were having this,
Okay.
so you got to catch up.
All right. No, I got to drive home.
That's true. Andrew West is on as another Canadian, which is a first-time guest for the Flannel Panel, which is awesome.
Hi, Andrew. I hear you are very far north.
I am, yes.
Very cool.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Literally
cool.
I did see Zero, aka 32, 2 days ago.
Really?
You?
Yeah, on my way to work
Cool.
the other morning.
No way.
Yeah.
So how many days in a row of direct sunlight has it been for you, Andrew? Are you like 200, 300? Is it?
That we haven't seen sunlight or that we've gotten direct sunlight? Like the sun's still up.
It's still out, right? It stays light all the time.
Well, until the fall, and then it goes away for 6 months.
Wow.
Listen, I think
Nope.
I've said this to you before. I don't know how you live there. I'm just wildly impressed that it's even possible.
It's yeah. I don't know. I love it. You just have to, deal with mosquitoes. Other than that, we don't have
Ow.
big spiders. We don't really have
You live up
snakes.
there? Fine, for 6 months.
Well, yeah,
It's
but
freezing.
they'll be frozen soon. But like, really, and there is cold, but you can just dress warm for it.
Mm-mm.
The mosquitoes freeze solid, and then they come back to life 6 months later, and you have
Yeah.
in the dark. Sweet.
The only place that mosquitoes can live that long.
I was like, and they all still have dinosaur blood in them. Apparently, I don't know.
Ooh.
Like
What is
something's
going
going
on?
on here.
Oh,
Oh,
Sarah warned me that if I was coming, I was eating food. so-
butter tarts.
oh.
That's awesome too.
So, Ian, I don't know if you caught it, but Conway said if you get 10 watching, the shirt comes off.
Yes.
And so Breeze posted to YouTube subscribers.
Yeah.
3 away
Well, we can get Grease on here with his shirt off.
easily.
Yes.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
Well, we're missing somebody. Troy might have his shirt off somewhere.
Yeah, that's Whiskey Wednesday. It's entirely
Whiskey
possible.
Wednesday. Yeah, Troy knows how to do it. So he goes hard, I think.
Okay.
I'm not drunk was the text.
And
Yeah.
I'm not drunk. Sure.
Right.
Yes.
This has a very whiskey mutant vibe with the
Oh, it's
the
true.
whiskey and the butter tart.
That's very true.
Oh,
No,
You should probably dunk it, right?
dunk it.
I don't know about that.
Got to give us your review on that one for Eric.
Let's wait, pour some on it, and
It's butter and caramel. How bad could it be with bourbon?
it would be good. This one's
It
really
would.
sweet, though. Yeah, really sweet.
Delectable.
All right. Is there a whiskey you pretend to like because you are supposed to?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know.
I'm too old to pretend.
Pretend.
But I will say that I give every whiskey. I probably I have the widest taste to the group. Maybe I love anything from Scotch to, I pretty much, I can't really narrow down a world whiskey. That's my favorite. And I also, I pretty much give everything a chance. But if I go back to it and I don't like it, like Floki, then I won't do it again.
There was one that I didn't like. Oh, what was it? Few.
Yeah.
But I don't pretend to like it. It just had a real weird tast to it.
The rye or the bourbon?
What is Few? I don't even know.
They had a rye. I'm pretty sure like it had a real strong peppermint, like a mint grassiness to it. And I did not care for that. I feel like my rye is kind of
I'd say that's the one place
changed. My palate has changed a lot on rye, but
that's the one place where I'm kind of, and it's not popular because everybody in the room loves it, but I don't like a lot of young ryes, like Saz Jr. I do not like really. And I'm really,
I like it.
Yeah,
no,
you don't pretend.
I don't pretend.
Yeah.
I do pretend to like at small batch.
Yeah, on a tour, like when I toured Law's Whiskey when I was in Colorado, and Ty will vouch, they gave you a whole bunch of stuff to taste. And it's like their master distiller because there was nobody on the tour. So it was just like, I'll show you around, which was cool. And then I was like, here, try this. And I'm like, oh, don't make a face.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I don't pretend to not like, pretend to like stuff because you're supposed to, unless I'm with someone. And that becomes offensive.
I was going to say, yeah.
We had a buddy that brought over Pendleton 20, and he had this incredible story about how he fell in love with it and why he liked it. And he actually had me hunt down a bottle and found it. And so he's like, you got to try this. And so I'm trying it. I'm like, yeah, it's great, so.
Yeah,
and I hope he never watches this, but I don't think he will. So
that is a different question because I have pretended to like stuff to save people's feelings.
That's just actually you're so nice. You're almost Canadian.
Matter of fact, when we were at the Rieger distillery,
and he lives in Utah, it's kind of Canada adjacent. So
yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I'd say I'm similar to you, Jason. Though I'd give everything a fair shot. We're doing like a blind tasting right now where we've got to go through some samples and rank them. And I feel like I'm going to be too kind and rank things too high.
Yeah, I've done the opposite. I've been too harsh. It's my whiskey, though. Like,
speaking of which, is that out on the table because you think that that's what number one was?
No.
Oh.
That's just a cheap pour.
Okay.
It's Bullet 10. Bullet 10. Actually, it's kind of like my cheap I like it pour.
Right?
Maybe that's the opposite of that. What do you like that you probably shouldn't? Like Bullet. I like Bullet bourbon.
It's
not bad.
Well, yeah. Contrary to popular opinion, I really like the mineral note in Dickel. So I actually like the Dickel.
Loves the Dickel.
Loves the Dickel.
Yeah.
My wife also loves the Dickel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Andrew fits right in.
Oh, no.
Jason will take the Dickel anytime someone gives him one.
Anytime. I'm not picky.
He might even pay for it on occasion. The price is
That bar
only if it's over 16.
yeah. Right. Yeah. Prefers the 18-year-old and all. So, jeez. So cheap bottle that you're probably not supposed to like that I do like. I'll drink Jim Beam. I don't care.
Like white label?
Usually the bonded, but
okay.
Yeah. But listen, all the cheap Jim Beam products, that's fine by me. Like it's a parking lot pour at a football game, no problem.
I like the cheap Evan Williams pours.
Yeah.
See, I don't like that. That could be the one I don't like that I should. Apparently 1780, whatever.
83. Oh, yeah.
Not my jam at all.
That's easy, cheap whiskey.
I don't like that one.
Yeah, I was like, I'll take the bottled and bond over 1783.
Mm-hmm.
So on that, man, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like most cheap whiskey is all right.
Right?
That's just me. Like, what am I not supposed to like about it?
Exactly. It's true.
I mean,
Fine. It was fine.
Yeah,
It's the expensive pour that when you have it and you're comparing it to a cheap pour, and it's like, shoot, why did I spend so much on that when I could have just.
Accurate, right, man? Like, if you're drinking a cheap bottle of whiskey, you're pretty much always happy as long as you're, right state of mind. Especially if you're drinking with your buddies.
Yeah.
Throw down that $150 bottle that you're kind of sneaking around and you're pretty excited to get, and you dump that first ounce in and swirl it around and sniff it, and you're like, "Oop, not what I thought." And then the first drink, you're like, "Son of a bitch."
Yep.
Chosen poorly.
I'm proud to wield a bottle of mellow corn. I'll do it proudly.
You do love your mellow corn.
I love
I
mellow
get so
corn.
much that we don't get.
Yeah, we don't get a
not
lot.
Big mellow corn fan.
I
I've had an
actually-
open bottle for like 3 years. Really.
We actually have to. Of all the things that I've shipped back from Kentucky, I actually shipped back a couple bottles of mellow corn because we don't get it here either. And then I found out that you can order it from the state for like $60 for a case. So I'm in the process of doing so. I also like the old Granddad Bonded. I keep that around. And
I just finished that bottle.
Super
It was
solid.
great.
That's
We
a good
finished
one.
it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good bottle. That costs a fortune up here for us. We had to get it shipped from Alberta. It was brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one that I was disappointed with its first pour. But then I told Ian, and he was like, "What did you have for dinner?" And I was like, "We had Thai food." And he's like, "That'll do it." And I didn't know at that time that like what you would eat for dinner, how much it would affect the taste of a bourbon. And then having that first glass, I was like, "What?" And then going back to it, I was like, "Oh, okay, that's what it's actually supposed to taste like." But yeah, Thai food or buttered chicken and then whiskey is not a great combo.
So I think that's a follow with beer.
yes.
Yeah. PBR for the win there.
Speaking of old Granddad, good segue from myself.
Happy birthday.
I've been prepping, well, close. I've been prepping the house. My daughter's flying out from Oklahoma. We're having the baby shower on Saturday. And it's a girl. We found out. I hope I was supposed to say that, but I'm having a little time.
Don't worry, the 6 people won't tell
Yeah.
me.
James, I'm telling you, you didn't hear this from me.
Yeah.
So, are you going to start wearing like old Granddad merch now?
I've said that will be my title as Granddad. That's all I will answer to.
I think it
Nice.
should be old Granddad. You should just
Oh, Granddad, I'll take it. Well, I'm still at midlife crisis, so I'm not ready for the old part. But
I know with a dead bull. You know, old. It's fancier that way.
you know, and it's a lot cheaper. I can just buy a bottle and she's born and just leave it for 18 years. It's a lot easier than chasing down birthday bourbon.
True story.
You don't chase it down anymore. You just don't get it.
Yes.
Right. You just don't get drawn for the lottery and it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Or
That's
you-
the way it is in Utah. Everything's allocated, and there's like a 1 in 20K chance of getting it.
You have a fancy little sample there, though.
I do. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
That gets home. Yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to celebrate with, since I didn't have the Alberta Premium. A few years ago, a good friend by the name of Conway sent me this bottle of birthday bourbon.
Oh,
12-year birthday bourbon from 2013, barreled in 2001. And Nat wouldn't let me drink it, but she's not here.
Oh,
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Jason.
I did it. So she
I was
gets
like-
to go out to girls' night.
Well, and to be fair,
To be fair. Have you
I
watched
mean-
Letterkenny?
No, but I
Okay.
know the reference from
Okay.
everybody doing it.
I mean, Natalie came home with like 18 bottles
Yeah.
from her
yeah.
women's symposium thing. I think it's I think you're fine, Jason. You're fine.
Oh yeah. Oh no, yeah. Like the same. I'm not exaggerating when I say we have 200. She just doesn't, because there's only 2 ounces. She doesn't want to get rid of something, like lose it forever. But we're having it now. I'll leave her a little bit. So thank you very much, Conway. This is actually the first birthday bourbon I've ever tried.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I don't think I've ever tried it. Yeah.
And perfect day to celebrate with Ian's birthday. So cheers.
Grease throwing the facts out there.
You should ask my roommate how it tastes with
You're not-
Coke, because he drank
you're
half a
not wrong.
bottle of it with Coke.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
my
had an 09 birthday bourbon, and I had gone off to school, and we came home, and the bottle was empty.
Oh no.
Did you make a light out of it at least?
Coke ever though.
No, I think I went to recycling. I was just too sad about it. He went to rehab. Bottle went to recycling.
he went to rehab.
This story
Yeah.
took a turn, Andrew. Holy shit.
Yeah, he's clean. He's clean and sober still. I think, like going on 8 years. So good for him.
All right. I got to point something out here, though. Andrew's got this lovely cabinet behind him. I'm going to put him in solo layout so you can see
please
this.
do.
Just throw out a few of the bottles there. What do we got behind you?
Okay, there's shark repellent from the podcast.
Okay.
Yep.
Pour one for George.
Yeah.
A little grenade from Heaven Hill.
Boom.
Elijah Craig grenade. Wilderness Trail from Tim Bip.
What's Tim Bip? You should.
This is my bourbon podcast.
There we go.
Podcast.
Eric and Perry. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a local craft bottle, and then a Blue Note from my friend Corey.
Who's Corey?
Nice guy from Kansas. And then there's Anderson Club 15, distilled in my birth year, 1981.
Sweet.
Oh, very
Oh
cool.
wow.
Bed Pour, Special Forces.
That top row is full of friendship.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
crazy. What a cool thing to have across the entire top of your cabinet, Andrew. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. Or there's also hidden, I mean, maybe it shouldn't be hidden, but is a signed bottle from Dixon Deadman.
No.
Oh nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's, it's funny. 'cause
Courtesy of Jason.
Yeah, I have the same. That's my proudest shelf. I'll show it on Instagram. It's all my friendship shelf.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's my top shelf in my best cabinet is my friendship shelf. Has something from everybody on there.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Welcome, Gary. Oh, and Grease is not wrong with this. If it's your last day on Earth, they suggest grabbing that shark repellent. My favorite pour that the podcast has picked by far. I think.
Yeah, it's unreal.
I think you gave me a pour of the shark repellent.
It was in
It
one
was
of the
in one of
blinds.
the blinds, yeah.
Yeah.
It was one that like
Conrad's here for you,
it's
Ian.
one of the things I hate about blinds is when you know what bottles are in it and you really want to be able to pick the one. Like you want to be able to savor that and then you find out what it is and you're like, did I truly enjoy what I was drinking in that moment or not?
Yeah.
Like when you know the name and you don't know the name, the difference.
Yeah. So it's an interesting kind of like sensory piece if you're wanting to do, is expensive or fancy bourbon really that much better?
Yeah.
than something that's more moderately priced. We've done some stuff with our whiskey club, and I'll agree the flip is they snuck some stuff in a couple of those blinds that was pretty special bottles, and I was like, man, it actually kind of ruined it a little bit. I would have rather watched you open it. It seemed like everybody would have kind of lost their minds a little bit. They snuck a Van Winkle Lot B, a Pappy Lot B in with another tasting. And it was fine, but it was in with a bunch of other stuff, and some of which was significantly higher proof. So it was a weird match, and I was like, shit, man, you should have just opened the Lot B in front of all of us, and we all would have been like, wow, what a thing this was. So it was interesting. Yeah. Your brain plays some tricks then.
No, you're right.
Oh, and there's 10 people. You have to take your shirt off, Ian.
Yeah.
Right as the grease says, shark repellent is boner juice.
Oh,
What? He tried to leave?
No, I'm kidding.
Don't leave it.
I
to
thought
me.
you were going to come back with your shirt off. You.
You can leave the flannel on, but just
Yeah, it's all good. It's a little tight squeeze. It's gonna
So
feel free to de-shirt, but yeah.
speaking of de-shirting, Ian was mentioning my de-shirting.
Oh,
We went to we were invited to like a Wiser's cocktail tasting.
Mhm.
So we made a Mounties.
we weren't. You were.
We brought along
Yeah.
friends. We made a Mounties Mule, which was like a Canadian twist on the what's the original one?
Kentucky or
No, the
Moscow.
Moscow Mule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And an old fashioned, but the old fashions were going down quite fast for one individual. And then at one point of the night, somebody, I think it was Ian, actually said, "Dave, your shirt's still on. I thought you said it wasn't going to be a party until your shirt comes off." So then the shirt came off, and I was just wearing a Wiser's apron, I believe.
Wiser's apron.
My brother-in-law gladly took my phone away from me before that moment, but it was a good time.
nice.
He was impressive. I've never seen two phones on Uber so fast. It was like instantly, like double triggers, Uber's called, done. It was impressive.
It wasn't until the next day when somebody else sent me a video from like another perspective that I saw myself drunk and was like,
Yeah.
wow, that guy's real special.
And
We'll
Yeah.
see if I ever get invited back or not.
Were they concerned that you were going to go live on Instagram or?
Probably.
The phone was already
Or more
taken away.
clothes would
so,
come
yeah.
off.
Yeah, that was a fun night though. That was cool. We missed a few weeks ago. We missed the Flannel panel. That's where it was. So it was a good time.
yeah, I got a ransom picture.
That's
You got
right.
a picture on Instagram saying, "I've got your guy."
Yeah,
It was nice to be able to steal Ian for the night.
that was a fun time. The food was incredible, and then Dave's got his shirt off. It was like this highbrow, kind of really nice layout and everything. And then Dave's dancing the shirt off, like Madonnaing against the door, whatever that means. It
I
was
was to say the JP Wiser's apron is a very classy touch.
Right? The guy who had invited us was on the inside, and I did like the hand on the window and like dragged it down, to which he turned around and said, "Dave, where is your shirt?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry."
the photographer's on him. It's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, it was good. Fun times.
I blame my mom's side of the family mainly.
We may need that. We may need that.
I say
think
now
she
we got
probably-
Ken.
encouraging that kind of behavior. So enabling for sure.
Now, Andrew, how long have you been sporting this beautiful mustache for? And do you have any advice for people who are looking to get into the mustache game? Every November we do Movember, and I feel like my mustache game, it's not there. So how? And do you have any advice for one who wants to wear the mustache proud as you?
I only started wearing one when I became a tradesman.
Oh,
I was when I was in sales before, I had no mustache, and then I think it started as a Halloween thing. I was Ron Jeremy for Halloween.
yeah.
I had long curly hair and a pretty glorious mustache. The pictures are on Facebook.
All right, there's the shirtless.
There it is.
There's the
Yeah.
shirtless.
And and then I think I shaved it off, and my wife's like, "What are you doing?" I was
Oh,
like, I don't know. Going back to no mustache, and she's like, "No, I think you look better with it." So
Nice.
really, it's not my decision; it's hers. Now it's just here to
Mm,
stay.
Okay.
it's the opposite from my Movember experience. I grew exclusively the mustache, which was very highway patrol looking by the end of the month.
Oh,
My wife was like, full beard or none. There's gonna be no in between. Yeah. But it was very highway patrol. I mean, like tight, very
corners tight. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I was like, the fact that I still work with high school and middle school students, the mustache is just It doesn't work. No.
Yeah, in your case, the thinner, the better.
I'm glad that's not Matt's policy.
It's just about mustache time for you, isn't it?
It's getting close.
Yeah.
So I always go through the process of trying to figure out what style to rock.
For November.
Yeah. And I feel like there's a lot of decisions to make with the mustache, and you don't want to make the wrong one.
So many options.
You get canceled.
You can definitely get canceled.
Does your crew start from zero? Like,
we've done different. So one year we started from zero. Last year we all shaved down from our beards. So we had a little bit of fun with it where we made a wheel and had different mustache styles on the wheel, and you had to spin to see what you would get. So I got this like old town, like with the big chops coming down and the mustache. It was pretty great. It made for a great picture, and I horribly scared my wife when I came home. But yeah, so last year we did. So I don't know what I'm going to do this year. I kind of liked starting with the stash because then you have questions, people asking you the whole month instead of like the first few weeks of November just being baby faced and the conversation isn't there, where I feel like the whole point of the mustache in November is to have the conversation.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So you look intentional, not just lazy.
I don't know if you
Oh
can
my
see
God.
Oh God.
That is
Hold
Ron
on.
Jeremy.
You can't really see it, but there we go.
There we go. Oh,
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That is better than Ian's man boobs any day, right there. For anybody that's tuning in.
Andrew West, you won the internet.
Yeah.
You won the internet.
So you can either go with Ron Jeremy or Kenny G. Either way, you're playing them.
It was slutty Kenny G if it was Kenny G. But
I was just waiting for the
that
views
was
to start
fantastic.
skyrocketing.
we got Ron. I'm changing the title. This is Ron Jeremy on the flannel panel.
Yeah. Yeah. So everyone had to have thought that you were, without question, the best costume at this Halloween contest, right? Like, not even close.
I don't think I won now.
Oh,
So how many people's girlfriends and wives did you take photos with? Because I'm assuming
There were a lot of pictures. I have a rated R part of this costume too.
tell me there's
and-
a cucumber in your pants.
I'm very close, yes. Anyhow, I had a lot of people grabbing it
yes.
because they're like, I need to know if it's real or not. And I was just like, oh, sure.
Check.
As I said, you lose out to John Holmes or what?
Wow.
Yeah.
One beer, Dave.
I think you're giving Dave some ideas for his next time out of jail.
Yeah. We're going to get a lot more donations this year, I'll tell you that much.
We're doing a calendar.
Oh, shoot.
That's impressive. We need a picture for that for the Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna live on forever.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. As it turns out, Andrew West is the Grease. The OG Grease. That's awesome. Holy shit.
I don't know where to go from
Special.
there. Yeah, I don't know. Andrew, this is a tough transition. All right, well, that's it for the no.
I don't know. So Dave, we did some of the guys did crazy mustaches last time we went on a fishing trip.
Oh, nice.
So one guy did half and half, like half beard, half no beard, which that was a weird look to arrive home with, I'm sure. But my friend Neil did monkey tail. Have you seen this? So he goes like
it curls
one
like
side
Up.
around and around and then stops.
Oh, man.
Oh.
It curls from one side burn around the face and around the mustache and then stops over here.
I could,
Just a
maybe I
curly
can
few.
enough.
Monkey
Yeah.
tail.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
it got. We go fishing in Missouri, and people in Missouri were like, "Whoa."
That's too much even for us.
Yeah, I think I get fired. Yeah, I'd probably get fired if I did. Yeah.
So mustache world. So Nate, which you all know, for years, he would grow the beard out all year. And then we would go to Young Life Camp during the summer. And part of his thing was like, if you go to camp, you get to help shave the beard. And they would start like, day 2, they would do the first rendition. And then day 3, they would shave some more, and day 4. And so, I mean, this is.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hold it there.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
So, yeah, there was all sorts of like crazy looks that he's got, but
I think we need to have a poll on the Instagram. We need to get these pictures up there.
Yes. I mean, we can do a full bracket.
And he looks like a professional wrestler in that photo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Joey, my brother-in-law, he did that mustache, and it was pretty burly.
Yeah.
He rocked it well.
Yeah.
It's hard to know what kind of mustache you can pull off, and you don't know until you try it, and then there's no going back.
That's true.
That's why I figured
mustache.
if you start with the handlebars and then you just keep trimming it up and see what you're left off with. You just can't keep trimming past that part, though.
Right. Once you get
yeah, I was going to say, when you get in here,
danger zone,
Stop.
then then I have to all come up.
This is
I was like, especially if you're a white guy, like it's just not. Nope.
And that's
Careful with those hand gestures too, Corey.
nope. Listen, I know. Side to side.
Dave, speaking of Dave Gilmore, he just threw up a chat there. I wonder what he would look like with a handlebar mustache. Those Ohio boys, they're
was Dave here?
It doesn't matter. I'm not tall enough to see it.
Troy.
So again, this is Dave Gilmore from Ohio, not David Gilmore from Pink Floyd, right? Just to confirm.
yes. Well, I don't. I assume so.
Shut up. That
Ooh.
Andrew, you gotta start growing that hair out.
Grow the hair out. Oh, I don't know if Asia would approve anymore.
Yeah.
It's not the only thing you got to grow out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there would be a certain time of the night when the crowd might turn a little handsy and or aggressive, Andrew.
Yeah.
Don't end up in the wrong hotel room, from what I hear.
Yeah.
Start stirring the Glen Cairn. James Cairn. James Cairn.
Yeah, the James Cairn. Yeah, you could put it in the James Cairn. That'd be fine.
Oh, what do you got in there?
I still got that.
Okay.
Yeah. How did you enjoy it?
It's good. It's Weller
nice.
12. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Grease, speaking of Grease, it's one of his go-to pours, isn't it? Weller 12.
Always.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I'll
What
tell you what,
bourbon's supposed to taste like.
I'm glad I saved some of this for Nat because this is far too complex for my broadcast palate.
Thanks, Derek.
I don't know what's going on in here. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful, but it's too much to even understand.
Yeah.
Did you save some for Nat?
The birthday bourbon.
At this point, yes.
For now, he did.
It's freaking good. That's about as good as I can get on.
So the birthday bourbon is just really, I don't know. It's not like big heavy hitter bourbon. Usually, it's just super complex and.
Oh yeah, this was 98
A
proof.
lot going on, and yeah, it's really good.
This definitely has that dusty funk to it. That's very good.
Dusty Funk.
Dusty funk.
Yeah.
Crunch.
I'm trying to.
Little musty.
It's in that. I don't want to insult it because it's good because it is a good tasting note, but I get a little bit of that old kind of musty, like rubber.
So if you watched last week, Nat was on, and Jason.
I'm screwing it up.
Jason has the best tasting notes because they're always like
Something he feels.
something he feels, but they're usually something that's not pleasant.
It's
Like
no, it's-
my dad's shop full of motor oil and used diff fluid.
Hey, come on.
And it's like, I love this. And I'm like, that just
made me happy.
that takes me to work and it's terrible.
He's not
Jason
selling
tastes-
it from a marketing
Jason tastes
perspective.
with his heart, not with his.
Exactly. He's like, this is so good, and then tells me it tastes. And I'm like, oh, that kind of tastes
That's-
off for me.
That's where this is. There's a savory kind of. It's not artificial. It's almost like a rubber tree plant rubber in a good way.
See,
I don't understand it.
it's like a tire. Yeah,
It's not.
Sounds like you're talking about Jamaican rum right now.
Yeah, he'd be at the bar at Old Foe, and they would pour him some birthday bourbon. He'd be like, "What do you think?" He's like, "Man, I love it. I'm getting this weird like tire tree thing going on."
you getting this latex note? I'm not sure
That's
where that's
exactly
going.
what I'm kind of getting. It's kind of sort of like the latex gloves at work.
The gloves.
Yeah, it's kind of a
But
weird
it's-
between cheese and latex.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm insulting it, but I'm not. It's just that's really kind of cool, savory note. That's the
feel
only
like-
way my limited brain can explain it.
With his notes, we get like a note on the whiskey, but we also get like a look into his past. I feel,
Which could be
Like,
dangerous.
which could be, yeah. But I feel like you get a little more. It's more than just a flavor with you. It's a whole
true.
environment and a feeling.
You're not wrong.
All right. Next question from Grease, which is a solid one. Which bottle would you spend $500 on to drink? Which I like this because it's not just $500 on to put on your shelf. This is to drink,
I have-
Oh,
right?
I actually
I'll-
have an
I'll go
interesting-
first. Yep. I was like, I have one. And,
You have
and
one.
part of
You have one there. Yeah.
Yeah. And the whole reason I spent it was more than $500, but the only reason I spent the money on it was because of Whiskey Weekend Batch 2, I believe, right?
Mhm.
And I think it was
Things are getting dangerous.
I was like sets falling apart at the Canadian house.
I like put it up.
I believe it was Dan the Bearded Dram brought over Old Scout 13-year rye.
Ooh.
And it was like the greatest thing I'd ever tasted on the porch at Beaumont. Tracked down a 12-year, or maybe his was 12 and mine's 11. I'd have to go look. But that's my
remember
like
that
signature bottle now. And
Wow.
so whenever podcasters or whoever comes to the house for important moments, we pour that. They get to sign it. So
Nice.
oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Before this particular bottle, my snap decision has always been 2018 George T. Stagg, which we had at Whiskey Weekend Batch 1. Loved it, still love it.
You tell me where you can find it for $500 now.
Well, I'm just saying, but I'm in Utah, so I
Buy them all.
found some poor old lady. Anyway, we were here at when Travis came to visit, we took him down to Salt Lake and had a drink at the bar. And they had Stag, and they were actually pretty decent pours. They were paying $40 for 2 ounces, and I got 2 ounces of this 2018 Stag. And also, just for fun, they had the new 17-year Heaven Hill,
Oh,
and that pour,
real
was
good.
it blew Stag out of the water. It was
Okay.
that good, and you know how much fag of Stag.
Wow.
Leave that alone.
That took a turn.
There's a point in my life where that would have like decimated.
Ron Jeremy shows up and
I would have been decimated. Like I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that I said that on.
You're talking about
But I'm okay with it now. Me and my therapist, we're working through it.
Yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, that's literally, that wasn't even a jump clap. That's literally.
no, that was just
Exactly.
Anyway, but yeah.
Hey, side note, real quick. We're at like 15 people watching right now, Ian. So
tarps off, boys.
Tarps off.
tarps off. I'm for a Tilly.
Just Canadians. Canadians only.
I need like $400 in super chats, and if we see $500 in super chats, it'll all go to charity, and it's all yes. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your Venmo?
Yeah.
See,
I'm in for 150.
I think what am I supposed to do?
You be careful what you ask for.
We can't do super chats. We need about 1,000 subscribers and everybody to watch it 15 times. So yeah.
If Nat was here, I could post his Venmo info, but I don't have it.
$500 bottle. I don't think you can buy it for $500 anymore. You used to be able to. Colonel Taylor barrel proof.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you're a Colonel Taylor guy, though.
Love
that's
it.
That's your jam.
The barrel proof is one of my favorite all-time whiskeys, and it just never never shows up anywhere. So
That's Conway.
Yep,
do
there it is.
Done.
Done.
Thank goodness we can't super chat. Anybody else for the $500 bottle? Because I have, I'll go last.
I would at Whiskey Weekend Batch 2. Will had Old Charter French Oak.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I know that I have the green light from my wife to spend that much on a bottle of Old Charter French Oak.
yeah.
So that's definitely
one of Will's favorites too. I think overall.
Yeah. It was delicious.
No,
Yeah, I don't know any bottles that expensive, so I would probably just give Ian my $500 and tell him to buy one for me.
Oh, I thought you were going to say give Ian the $500, tell him to take his shirt off.
Okay, sorry, that's what I should do.
So I wouldn't buy one bottle. I'd buy as many as I could of Maverick.
Oh,
Yeah, the new riff pick from Troy.
that is
I'd hand them out to all my friends, and it'd be fun.
that's cheating. A good answer.
very cheap.
I'm also trying to promote the Maverick because
You're Canadian of
Yes.
you. Appreciate that.
I would probably be a Kentucky Owl bottle of some sort. Oh, look at that.
Jason, just a tiny bit.
That's a birthday bourbon.
That's a cool bottle.
Yeah. It'd probably be a Kentucky Owl, and I'd have to go to the inn. That might be all encompassing of the cost and get Dixon to sign it and maybe have a pour with him.
You know, that's actually really that's actually a fantastic answer. If you find any of the original Dixon Deadman edition Kentucky Owl bourbons,
Yeah.
500 or under, like buy them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And then go to the inn and drink it with Dixon.
Right.
Yeah.
Party
His
with the
new
sports.
whiskey's coming out soon, isn't it?
I saw a
The
post
Phoenix?
about that. Does anyone know anything about that?
I've been following him on Instagram, but I haven't seen
The 2X
he just said it's happening. Yeah.
times oaked. So it's a blend that's double barreled effectively, but that's it. The first one's going to be the Phoenix blend, and he just showed the bottle on the label with the gold foil print on the black label.
So
It looks
freaking classy.
looks
Yeah.
really cool, man.
It's too classy for me, but I'm gonna try anyway.
I don't know if it's too classic. Jason, you have a barber and a stylist and like
Beard guy.
where's Troy when you need him? Where's Troy when you need him?
Speaking of gold foil, that's the one bottle I would actually save up for a year and buy. Is Nat has always wanted a cheese turkey foil. Ever since we went to Whiskey Batch 1 and she tried it, she searches for it. And there's been a couple times where we tried to pull the trigger and I just
Close.
couldn't do it. Because they're between $700 and $1,100.
That
Wow.
you're on the
Yeah.
money with that. I'd buy an 84 cheesy gold foil or something like the 84 turkey for that.
Yeah.
Birth year turkey. That'd be a cool one. Yeah.
Are you 84 or 85, Ian?
84?
All right.
That was,
I did math wrong, and I was like, because I was trying to do 2 years, and yeah, I thought you were 85, but
no 84. Maybe I did the math wrong. Don't tell my boss. I teach math. I'm afraid about this, but it's time for just the tips.
Oh,
I think Ron Jeremy needs to go first on this one.
With Andrew, based on that picture, I don't know where we're gonna go with this.
See my earlier work.
All right. He takes a drink.
yeah. No.
See my earlier work.
So usually I'm a music or movies just the tips guy. I will tell you that I found out today I was supposed to so we're gonna go do a little shooting with a couple of our friends from Horse Soldier Bourbon. And I thought I needed a new range bag. And as it turns out, a 1911 fits perfectly in your 8X up Patreon swag bag. So if you would like to subscribe.
That's amazing.
Right here.
Anybody looking for shooting accessories? Look up 8 times up.
But yeah, it's got the molly webbing on the front, so you can put the magazine pouches on the front. The earplugs and everything fit, and it's just very conveniently sized, Ty. So well done.
From now on, we will
it
call
does
it the
work
Death
out
Burst.
well for that. Yeah.
And we saw Casey shooting skeet with it too.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get it full of
Yeah,
shells.
no, I love seeing that stuff. I mean, that's what we wanted to use for, was that kind of carry all for those kind of things. So I'm stoked.
I'm unfortunately using mine for doggy poop pickup bags for when I take the new dog out for a walk. I got to roll in the doggy bag. I just
Okay, hold on. Like, I was walking away to go do something else, and this is the best you've come up with, Jason?
I haven't been out of the house very much. And I got my son's staying with us, and we have a new dog, and he's beautiful, and she's great. And I don't want to just carry. I mean, she does have a really cool harness where she has like the bags on the harness, but I'm not smart enough to work it. So I just put the bags in the harness. It works. I'll use it for something. I will take a picture and put my
no pictures. I do not need pictures of this.
I'm
only the bag.
I'll stick my gun in it. I promise I'll stick my gun in it and take pictures.
He chunk claps himself too. It's the best.
I'll take out the.
He's like, I got this.
I'll jump clap myself. Yeah, that's funny.
All right. Any just the tips?
Just the tip. Audiobooks. Audiobooks have been so incredible. I never really listened to many, and I'm not a big reader. I find I fall asleep when I read. I don't have much, the time that I have to read, I don't want to read. But I've been listening to audiobooks while walking the dog and other parts like long drives, and I've really been enjoying it. So this audiobook is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And it was a really good book. I enjoyed it. It gave me new perspective and opened things up. But another just a tip, because I'm not in here often, so I'll give you lots of tips tonight, is sharing something. Okay, that doesn't going to come out right. Sharing something with your wife. Huh?
Yeah, just the tip.
She reads a different genre of book than I do. I like the self-help like books or autobiographies and stuff like that, where she likes fantasy and some spicy books as well. Anyways, so we decided that I would read one of her books if she would read one that I would. And it's been really good because stuff that I would normally not care about her talking about, I care more talking about. And if I come home and I ask her a question about one of the books that she loves, her face just lights up. Like she has been so excited that I'm reading. So it's a great little tip to just like invest into something that they like, and you know,
well played.
You might get more than just a tip.
That's an amazing idea, but it is entirely too ambitious for me. You should see the books that Matt reads.
But if it's an audio book,
in the first two, there's no audio books for this. If there is, it would be even worse. I would rather stick my screwdriver in.
Right, psychology books.
Oh my goodness.
What's it, Jungian or Jung?
Jungian?
I don't even know how to say it.
Actually, the Jungian, Carl Jung, Jungian psychology. She's a Jungian psychologist.
Yeah.
And she has some amazing books on mythology and stuff, but yeah.
I don't know if that's suggested.
I was like, Shoe Dog was so good. Shoe Dog was so good.
Speaking and that was
books,
that was one of Ty's from a couple weeks ago that Dixon threw to him, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna write that down.
With all these great ideas.
And I don't know if it's an official tip, but Dave showed on the interwebs that you can attach a nail gun directly to a small in a pen.
I don't know. It's a good tip.
Hey, it got the job done, all right? Saved a step. We accomplished the task and got our check.
So I laughed very hard at that. My whole family's mechanics, and like the occasional misuse and or creative use of a tool, I always found highly entertaining. So yeah, I could see that. Someone would be like, I'm not dragging a hose all the way over here. So just go with that.
That was literally the train of thought. I was like, "Hey Joe, what if we just did this?" And it went clink into the compressor. I'm like, "Done. Let's go."
That's at the Brolaws Instagram account. Where would we find you?
Brolaws are us on Instagram.
Yes.
It's entertaining and educational. I saved all of the little clips about deck building. Yeah.
They do well with big decks.
And little decks.
You're looking to increase the size of your deck?
Or decrease.
Just overall facelift.
Yeah.
You got to clean up the deck sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to clean it up.
Yeah.
Don't
Scrub
wash
it.
it too much because then you're playing.
Well, I don't know if this is kind of past its prime on just the tips, but I did watch. I thought they broke down and watched the newest Nick Cage movie, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Oh, it's hilarious.
It is
Excellent.
brilliant. It was very good, and I did it on a lark, and I really enjoyed that.
It's really weird.
It's weird, but it's
maybe about 30 minutes too long, but it's very funny.
yeah, but it's one of those that it's not what you expect, because I was expecting just over the top Nick Cage, but he's playing himself, which is the divorced Nick Cage, which has bills to pay and is struggling with his kids because he's away so long, and so it's probably the most heartfelt Nick Cage you've ever seen.
Yeah, it's very meta. It's good.
And he's
a good actor,
yeah, and it's very good.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's that.
Great. Andrew, did you do a tip?
No, I had to. Just the other one. On audiobooks, I would say because you've mentioned it 100 times, but Jack Carr.
Yes.
And then Michael Connolly. I've listened to that's Bosch, Kronos Bosch novels, and I've listened to just about every Bosch novel now.
Oh.
And you have time to listen to stuff, so I trust you.
I do have a lot of driving to do.
Yeah.
There's only so many bourbon podcasts I can listen to.
Very fair.
True.
Very
It's
fair.
really two is my limit.
That's it.
Sorry.
Are we considered a bourbon podcast? I don't think so.
I think we're
No.
building.
I hope not us. No.
Well,
Well, we're not a podcast either.
No.
Yeah.
I've
Where
been
is-
popping out with the Whiskey Wednesday thumbnail.
All right. That was one of my buddies said it's just dads being dudes. I was like, that's a pretty accurate description
Yes.
of what goes
Yeah.
on.
Maybe that's the next thumbnail. Dads being dudes.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just hanging out.
There you go.
You just started a new podcast.
We just rebranded.
Rebranded. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's dads.
Yeah, we went from Breakfast with the Brolaws to the Real Dad podcast. We figured it might be a little bit more searchable in the podcast realm. And that way people kind of know what they're getting, because it started kind of as a construction-ish podcast, but then it just morphed into us talking about real dad stuff. So I
Yeah.
feel like there's a lot of dad stuff that people don't talk about, and we like having those talks.
Yeah, it's good. They go deep. Oh boy. Yeah. Ty.
All right.
I want to miss Tim Ty.
He's sweating profusely.
Well, my first just the tip is this. Hopefully
Oh.
that comes through.
Here, let me pin it.
Mm.
All right. Get it? Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, 1984.
80.
84.
Oh.
So
Oh.
Ian, that's gonna come your way.
No.
Yeah. So I poured enough to make sure that it's still good. Because it's been open for a little while, but it's fantastic. So
Is that one you sent my way? Was that 84 or 86?
I don't remember.
It's
And
84.
I actually
We'll send the rest. So,
yeah. So yeah, you got a different one. So this is from a different decanter, but that'll be coming your way. The other just the tip I have is this. I have props. The War and
Let's
Treaty.
just solo layout him again.
These guys are incredible. It is like a throwback to an age gone lost. Like my wife and I were listening to something else, and it was like a mixtape thing, and they came on, and we're like, "This has to be old, like 60s ish." And Yeah. No, they're fantastic, super fun group. Yeah. And Andrew wins at this point.
Yeah.
Andrew wins at this point. So
No, Andrew's shirt is off.
Cheers, guys.
Ron Jeremy is in the house.
It's because he's been drinking and he's ready for just the tip. So he's like,
Right.
I got shit to do.
One of the Canadians showed up tonight. That's for sure. So,
The real Canadian that lives 10 hours north of us. Yeah.
Just think of the image of Ian's wife comes down and we're both sitting here shirtless. That is real hard to explain.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ron Jeremy up in the Yukon can just get away with anything.
Right. So I swear there's a joke here about heading out to go invade Asia. Is throwback earlier in the night.
I always bring it back around.
That's right. Right. You just gotta take some notes, write down a few high points, and come back to it in the show.
That's
All right.
perfect. My hero. That's all there is to it. You're welcome back anytime.
Right. We all wish we were as cool as Andrew West. It's just
that's right.
oh, hell.
Well,
And
I'm afraid,
everyone he started to agree.
I'm afraid to say my just the tips after all this.
You should now. You should definitely get it in.
Yep.
So,
You got to go now.
It's called the Meat Eater Podcast.
What?
Oh,
Meat Eater.
based on the Netflix show?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
was at least you went safe. I thought they were gonna go.
Stephen Wallace.
No, I tried to
Great.
bring it back around.
We held back. We held back.
so many
Yeah.
flash through my mind, Ian. You have no idea. It's on
Ron Jeremy, everything.
Yeah. I didn't know what to do.
Steven Ranella, who's like a outdoorsman, hunter, trapper, kind of just cook, chef, whatever you want to call him. He started the Meat Eater company, I guess you could say, and then they have a podcast. Well, they do trivia. Every episode they do a trivia version after that. So it's like a half hour, and it's just 10 questions of good like conservation, fishing, hunting trivia. And it's been like I've laughed so hard just from questions. So it's a good, just fun, uplifting time to watch that. Some of the podcasts get a little deep on stuff that's way beyond me, but the trivia one's been a lot of fun. So check that out if you're bored.
Is he coming back with no shirt?
Maybe. Ta-da!
If he shows up here right now.
How many times has he pulled the ta-da?
Yeah. I don't think that Ty finds all my magic jokes funny, Dave. I just don't think that it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
You can't please them all.
I've got good magic jokes, and Ty just doesn't think it's funny.
Show Corey the glass and the sticker.
Yay! There you go. The morning buzz.
So that's the glasses from Jason, and the sticker is Corey's radio station.
What? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of both of you
Oh boy.
with me right now.
So
In your mouth.
In your mouth.
That's my so the morning radio show is all coffee and country music. So earlier when you were like, is coffee a food
Oh,
group?
yeah.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Every single morning. I'm concerned about Ty now.
Right.
But he's been gone for a minute. Do we need to
I'm worried this could be more than just a shirt.
He comes with a shirt on, but nothing else. Yeah. Walks across. Just the tip. Well,
And scene.
Maybe that David Copperfield bullshit where he like waves a sheet around really quick. Whoosh, ta-da.
Man.
Damn it.
I can hear y'all. Like, I don't take these out. Like I still listen.
It's funnier. Funnier.
Oh my god.
well, fellas,
Oh, there it is.
unless you got something to say, Ty.
No, Chris called me like 6 times, so I was trying to be a good friend and call him back, and then he didn't answer. Now he's calling again. So that's all I got.
Well, it is about that time. It's been fun. Ty's gone again. Dave's here. If Ty shows up on this side, I'll be blown away again. Chris is calling, is what he
Yeah,
calls it.
great.
Andrew, what a pleasure. That's
Thank
a
you,
scary
man.
word.
Dude, amazing.
What a joy to have you with us. It's been fun. Please
So great to
jump
be on.
again. Yeah, the Canadian contingency, I think we're calling it.
I like it.
Yeah, we'll have to do a full out Canada versus US thing.
I like that it evened out the numbers. Like they're
Yeah.
like it was even Canadian American contingents. So it was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll have to do that again and do some sort of battle, whether it's whiskey or food or something, where we kind of send each other some stuff and,
I like
have some fun with it. So
love it.
yeah, it'll be good. Well, Jason, you want to end it?
No.
He hates me for it.
7 days off. I want it to go forever.
All right.
But,
Does everyone still have a little bit of whiskey? Please hold.
yes.
And I pour the big boy.
Oh,
Lift those arms up too. We almost got a nip slip.
I'll send you pictures later, Dave.
I so respect Andrew West's lack of effing around. Like, right? He's just like, he's ready to win. All right. So you've got booze. Jason's got booze. Yeah. Okay. So we'll end this way. Listen, I don't know if you've got a friend as good as Ian Campbell, but if not, I'm a little bit sad for you because you all deserve a friend as good as Ian Campbell. So cheers to you on your birthday, my friend.
thank you.
Cheers.
Bye-bye. I'm ending the broadcast now. I'm clicking it, Ian.
All right, do it.
Love you,
Clicking
man.
it. Here goes.
I think it's love y'all. Bye.